Welcome to The Wise Senior, your go-to channel for staying strong, sharp, and independent as you age. If you're over 70, you've probably been told that exercise is the key to longevity. And that's true, but only if you do it the right way. The wrong approach could actually be speeding up your decline instead of keeping you strong. In today's video, I'll reveal 3 crucial strategies to help you maintain strength, mobility, and confidence without injury or exhaustion. But first, let me ask you, how many times a week do you exercise? Drop a comment below and let's get started. Segment 1. Strength is your foundation. Strength is the foundation of independence, allowing you to stand up, move freely, and engage with life on your own terms. Yet, many older adults unknowingly neglect strength training, believing that cardio is the key to staying fit, while cardiovascular exercise is important. Excessive endurance training, especially after 70, can actually work against you, leading to muscle loss, joint strain, and an increased risk of injury. What many people don't realize is that maintaining muscle strength is not just about fitness, it's about survival and quality of life. As we age, the body undergoes a natural process called sarcopenia, which is the gradual loss of muscle mass. This decline accelerates after 70, making it harder to perform everyday activities like standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, or even carrying groceries. Weak muscles lead to instability, which increases the risk of falls, fractures, and a rapid decline in mobility. The difference between someone who thrives in their later years and someone who becomes dependent on others often comes down to one thing: strength. Without it, even simple daily tasks can become challenging, reducing confidence and independence. Many older adults believe that walking or light aerobic exercise is enough to maintain their physical health. However, while walking is excellent for cardiovascular health, it does little to preserve the strength needed for functional movement. In fact, excessive endurance workouts, like long-distance running or high-intensity aerobics, can actually deplete muscle mass and stress aging joints. Over time, this can lead to chronic pain, increased fatigue, and a greater risk of injury. The key to staying strong and mobile isn't pushing yourself to exhaustion, it's training smart. The best way to counteract muscle loss and maintain stability is through resistance training. This doesn't mean lifting heavy weights like a bodybuilder. Instead, it's about engaging in intentional, controlled movements that strengthen the muscles you rely on most: your legs, core, and upper body. These muscles are crucial for supporting everyday activities like standing up from a seated position, lifting household items, reaching overhead, and maintaining balance when walking on uneven surfaces. Training these areas directly improves your ability to move safely and confidently. A well-rounded resistance training routine includes bodyweight exercises, resistance bands, and light dumbbells. Simple movements like chair squats, modified push-ups, step-ups, and standing leg lifts can provide enormous benefits without placing undue strain on the body. The goal is not intensity, but consistency. Just a few well-executed strength exercises, 3 to 4 times a week, can significantly enhance stability, coordination, and overall strength. One of the most important aspects of strength training for seniors is proper form. Unlike younger individuals, who can recover quickly from workout mistakes, older adults need to be particularly mindful of joint alignment, controlled movements, and avoiding excessive strain. This means slow, deliberate repetitions, focusing on muscle engagement rather than speed or heavy weights. A strong, stable body comes from consistent training that prioritizes function over force. Strength training also plays a vital role in reducing the risk of falls. Many seniors experience injuries not because they lack power, but because they lose the ability to stabilize their movements. That's why it's essential to incorporate exercises that challenge balance and coordination alongside muscle-building movements. Single leg stands, step-ups, and core activation exercises help train stabilizing muscles, improving posture, and reducing fall risk. A person who moves with confidence and control is far less likely to suffer accidents compared to someone who hesitates with each step. Another often overlooked benefit of strength training is its impact on mental well-being. Physical strength is directly linked to self-confidence and psychological resilience. When you know your body is capable of handling daily tasks, you feel more in control of your life. This sense of empowerment reduces anxiety, combats feelings of helplessness, and promotes a more active, engaged lifestyle. Many seniors who start strength training report greater energy levels, improved mood, and a renewed sense of independence. The takeaway is simple. Strength training is not optional after 70, it's essential. It determines whether you remain active and self-sufficient or gradually lose mobility and require assistance. If you haven't incorporated resistance training into your routine yet, now is the time to start. Begin with gentle, controlled movements, focusing on quality over quantity. Even if you start with just a few minutes per session, building the habit is what matters most. The choice is yours. Will you let your strength decline, making everyday activities harder over time? Or will you take control, build resilience, and ensure that you can move with confidence and freedom for years to come? It's never too late to start. Your future mobility and independence depend on it. Segment 2. Balance and coordination. The overlooked key. Many older adults don't fall simply because they are weak. They fall because they lose the ability to control their movements. Strength is important, but without balance and coordination, even strong muscles won't protect you from a dangerous fall. That's why training for stability, reflexes, and body control is just as crucial as strength training, especially after 70. Have you ever noticed yourself stumbling more often? Do you feel unsteady when making quick turns or walking on uneven ground? Have you started grabbing onto furniture for support while moving around your home? If so, these are warning signs that your body's ability to maintain balance and coordination is declining. And if left unchecked, this can lead to serious falls, which are one of the biggest health risks for older adults. Falls are not just about losing your footing. They are a chain reaction caused by weakening stabilizer muscles, slower reaction times, and a loss of proprioception, the brain's ability to sense where your body is in space. Over time, if you don't train these skills, your body forgets how to react quickly, making you more vulnerable to sudden slips or missteps. The result: an increased risk of injury, reduced confidence in movement, and a gradual withdrawal from physical activities due to fear of falling. The good news? Balance and coordination can be trained and improved at any age. Just like strength training builds muscles, specific exercises retrain your brain and body to work together, ensuring that you can stay steady on your feet in real-world situations. Balance isn't just standing on one leg, it's about teaching your body how to respond to movement changes. Exercises that target small stabilizing muscles in your ankles, knees, hips, and core will drastically enhance your ability to recover from slips, adjust to uneven surfaces, and stay upright in unexpected situations. Training your reaction speed is just as critical as building strength, because a strong body that can't react fast enough to catch itself will still hit the ground. Simple exercises like single-leg stands, heel-to-toe walking, and sidestep movements help retrain your body's ability to stabilize itself dynamically. But here's the key: you must train in a way that mimics real-life situations. Practicing balance in a perfectly still environment isn't enough. You need exercises that challenge your stability while moving, reaching, or stepping. This is how you teach your body to adapt and respond, not just stand still. Core strength is also a major factor in balance. A weak core makes it harder to stay upright when shifting positions. That's why exercises like seated knee lifts, standing leg swings, and controlled twisting movements are highly effective in maintaining balance and coordination. Your midsection is the control center for all movement. Strengthen it, and every step you take becomes more stable. One of the most overlooked aspects of balance training is confidence in movement. A strong person moves with assurance, trusting their body to handle any situation. A weak person moves hesitantly, second-guessing each step, increasing their risk of tripping or misstepping. Fear of falling actually makes falling more likely, because cautious, slow movements interfere with your body's natural ability to balance. So ask yourself, which person do you want to be? Someone who moves confidently, engaging with life without fear, or someone who becomes increasingly cautious, avoiding movement and losing their independence? The choice is yours, but the solution is clear. Start training for balance and coordination today, and take control of your stability, confidence, and freedom for years to come. Segment 3. Mobility and recovery. The missing pieces. Strength without mobility is incomplete. Many people assume that stiffness, joint pain, and reduced range of motion are just inevitable parts of aging. But that's far from the truth. In reality, these issues are often the result of disuse, neglect, and lack of movement variety. If you don't actively work on keeping your joints healthy, they will stiffen over time, making everyday movements harder, more painful, and less efficient. Think about it. When was the last time you reached overhead without discomfort, bent down without struggling, or twisted your torso with ease? If simple movements have become stiff and difficult, that's a clear sign your body is losing its mobility. Without intervention, this can gradually lead to chronic pain, limited independence, and a higher risk of injuries. The good news is that you can regain mobility and restore pain-free movement at any age, as long as you prioritize the right kind of training. Mobility isn't about achieving extreme flexibility. It's about ensuring your joints move as they were designed to. A strong body without proper mobility is like a car with a powerful engine but stiff, rusted gears. It won't perform well because it lacks the fluidity and ease of movement necessary to function optimally. That's why mobility training is just as crucial as strength and balance work, especially after 70. So, what's the fix? You need a strategic approach that includes dynamic stretching, controlled mobility exercises, and proper recovery techniques to keep your joints healthy, flexible, and pain-free. 1. Dynamic stretching to keep joints fluid. Stretching isn't just about touching your toes or holding a static pose. Dynamic stretching involves controlled, movement-based stretches that help lubricate your joints, improve circulation, and prepare your muscles for activity. Unlike static stretching, which mainly focuses on flexibility, dynamic movements encourage your body to move through full ranges of motion, mimicking real-life actions like bending, reaching, and twisting. For example, arm circles, hip swings, and controlled lunges are excellent ways to loosen tight areas and increase joint mobility. Doing these movements regularly can help counteract stiffness, allowing you to move with ease and confidence in daily life. 2. Controlled mobility work. To prevent stiffness, mobility work is about actively improving how well your joints function. It focuses on strengthening the small stabilizing muscles around each joint, preventing tightness, discomfort, and movement restrictions. The key is to train your joints through their natural range of motion while keeping control. For instance, slow and controlled ankle rotations, hip circles, and spinal twists help keep your lower body and back mobile, reducing pain and preventing stiffness. Meanwhile, shoulder mobility drills and thoracic spine movements ensure that your upper body remains flexible and strong. Neglecting mobility leads to compensation patterns, meaning other muscles take on extra strain to make up for weak or restricted joints. This can cause chronic pain, poor posture, and inefficient movement patterns that make everyday activities, like getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, or lifting groceries, far more difficult than they should be. 3. Foam rolling and recovery days to reduce pain and improve movement. Many people think exercise is all about pushing the body, but recovery is just as essential as training. Without proper recovery, muscles stay tight, joints remain stiff, and pain starts to set in, making movement increasingly uncomfortable. One of the best recovery tools is foam rolling, a simple but highly effective way to release muscle tightness, improve blood flow, and reduce joint stiffness. Rolling out your legs, back, and shoulders for just a few minutes a day can make a huge difference in how your body feels and moves. It's like giving your muscles a deep tissue massage, helping them relax and function more smoothly. Additionally, incorporating active recovery days, where you engage in gentle movements like walking, tai chi, or light stretching, helps keep your joints lubricated and muscles engaged without excessive strain. This prevents stiffness from creeping in and allows your body to reset and prepare for the next workout. Why does this matter? When you combine strength, balance, and mobility, you unlock a body that moves with ease, confidence, and efficiency. You'll be able to stand taller, walk without pain, and engage in daily activities without stiffness holding you back. The goal isn't just to exercise for the sake of fitness, it's about maintaining a body that supports your independence and quality of life for years to come. The difference between someone who feels limited by pain and stiffness and someone who moves freely and comfortably often comes down to how well they maintain their mobility. So don't wait until stiffness and discomfort force you to slow down. Take control today and make mobility training a priority. Your future self will thank you. Segment 4. Nutrition. Fueling your strength. Exercise alone isn't enough. No matter how much effort you put into strength training, if your nutrition isn't supporting your body, you're not building muscle, you're losing it. Many older adults assume that because they're eating the same way they always have, their bodies are getting the nutrients they need. But after 70, your body's nutritional needs change. And without the right fuel, you risk accelerating muscle loss, reducing energy levels, and weakening your overall resilience. One of the biggest mistakes seniors make is not consuming enough protein. As you age, your body's ability to synthesize protein declines, which means you need more protein, not less. to maintain and build muscle mass. This is critical because muscle loss, sarcopenia, is one of the biggest threats to mobility, independence, and longevity. Without adequate protein, even the best strength training routine will have limited results, leaving you feeling weaker instead of stronger. A well-balanced diet that prioritizes muscle maintenance and recovery is essential. Protein isn't just for bodybuilders, it's essential for every older adult who wants to stay active and independent. It provides the building blocks your body needs to repair muscles, support bone health, and maintain physical strength. Without enough protein, your muscles won't recover properly after exercise, leading to weakness, fatigue, and even a higher risk of falls. Some of the best sources of protein for older adults include lean meats like chicken, turkey, and lean beef, fish such as salmon, tuna, and sardines, which also provide omega-3s for joint health, eggs, which are one of the most complete protein sources, dairy products like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and milk for calcium and protein, and plant-based proteins such as lentils, beans, tofu, and quinoa for those who prefer plant-based options. However, eating protein once a day isn't enough. Your body absorbs and utilizes protein better when it's spread out over multiple meals. Instead of having one big protein-heavy meal, aim to include protein in every meal and snack to fuel your muscles consistently throughout the day. Hydration is another key factor that is often overlooked. Water isn't just important for staying refreshed, it's essential for muscle function, joint lubrication, and overall energy levels. Dehydration accelerates muscle loss, increases fatigue, and reduces workout efficiency. If you're not drinking enough water, your body struggles to transport nutrients to your muscles, making recovery and growth slower. Feeling tired and sluggish even after resting, experiencing muscle cramps or joint stiffness, noticing dry skin or persistent thirst, and having difficulty concentrating or feeling lightheaded are all signs of dehydration. To prevent this, drink at least 8 glasses of water per day, and even more if you're engaging in strength training. Coffee, soda, and sugary drinks don't count as hydration. They can actually dehydrate you. Adding electrolytes from sources like coconut water or sports drinks can further support muscle function and prevent cramps. While protein is crucial, carbohydrates and healthy fats play a supporting role in maintaining strength and energy levels. Many older adults avoid carbs out of fear of weight gain, but the right kind of carbs provide energy and prevent muscle breakdown. Good sources of complex carbohydrates include whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, and whole wheat bread, sweet potatoes and oats for slow-releasing energy, and fruits and vegetables packed with fiber and essential vitamins. Healthy fats are equally important as they help reduce inflammation, protect joints, and keep your brain sharp. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish, flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts, are particularly beneficial for joint health and recovery. The timing of your meals also plays a significant role in maximizing strength. When you eat is just as important as what you eat. To get the most out of your strength training, pay attention to pre- and post-workout nutrition. Before a workout, eat a combination of protein and slow-digesting carbs, such as eggs and whole grain toast or a banana with peanut butter, about 30-60 minutes before exercising to fuel your muscles. After a workout, within an hour of training, consume a high-protein meal or shake to kickstart muscle recovery. If you struggle to get enough protein from food alone, protein powders can be a great option. A simple whey or plant-based protein shake can help you meet your daily needs without too much effort. Other beneficial supplements include collagen for joint and muscle support, vitamin D and calcium for bone strength, and magnesium to reduce muscle cramps and improve recovery. Strength isn't just built in the gym, it's built in the kitchen too. Without proper nutrition, your body won't have the tools it needs to build and maintain muscle, no matter how much you exercise. By prioritizing high-quality protein, staying hydrated, balancing your carbs and fats, and timing your meals wisely, you're giving yourself the best possible chance to stay strong, active, and independent for years to come. Take a moment to evaluate your diet today. Are you fueling your strength or accidentally working against it? If you're serious about staying strong past 70, it's time to make every meal count. Segment 5. The mind-body connection. The biggest mistake people make after 70 is assuming that mental decline is inevitable and that their brain no longer needs the same level of stimulation it once did. But here's the truth. Your brain needs exercise just as much as your body. Just like muscles weaken when they're not used, your cognitive abilities can decline rapidly if you stop challenging them. The good news? You have control over this. Mental sharpness is not just about luck or genetics. It's about daily habits that keep your brain engaged, active, and adaptable. One of the best ways to keep your mind sharp is by reading. But not just any reading, challenging books that require critical thinking and deep engagement. Many people stick to light fiction or familiar stories, but to truly exercise your brain, you need to push beyond your comfort zone. History books, philosophy, complex literature, or even scientific articles can stimulate deep thinking and analysis. The process of following a complex storyline, considering different perspectives, and reflecting on new ideas helps your brain build and strengthen neural connections. If you're used to reading simple or familiar content, challenge yourself by picking up a book on a new topic or something that makes you think deeply. Even a difficult novel or a thought-provoking memoir can activate different areas of your brain and keep it engaged. Engaging in meaningful conversations is another powerful way to keep your brain sharp. Many older adults fall into the trap of small talk and routine conversations, but your brain thrives when it's forced to think, articulate, and respond to new ideas. Engaging in debates, discussing different viewpoints, and having deep, meaningful discussions help keep your reasoning skills sharp. Surrounding yourself with people who challenge your thinking is one of the best ways to ensure that your mind stays active. Whether it's discussing a book, debating current events, or simply sharing different life experiences, the act of expressing and defending your thoughts forces your brain to stay agile. If you find yourself having the same conversations over and over, seek out new discussion groups, join a club, or even take an online class that requires discussion and critical thinking. Social engagement is just as critical for mental longevity as intellectual stimulation. Loneliness is one of the most dangerous things for brain health. It accelerates cognitive decline, increases stress, and even raises the risk of dementia. In fact, studies have shown that chronic loneliness is just as damaging to health as smoking or obesity. Humans are social creatures, and our brains thrive on interaction. The problem is that many people over 70 gradually withdraw from social activities, whether due to mobility issues, the loss of friends, or simply falling into isolated routines. However, staying socially active doesn't have to mean large gatherings or constant outings. It's about maintaining meaningful connections, regular phone calls with friends and family, participating in community events, or even joining online groups where you can interact with others who share your interests. What is you mind immense? In Malsid, one of the best ways to keep your mind engaged socially is by continuing to learn. Learning a new skill, whether it's a language, an instrument, or even something as simple as a new board game, forces your brain to adapt and grow. The process of learning something new strengthens existing neural pathways and even helps create new ones. If you've always wanted to try painting, writing, or even technology-based skills like video editing or social media use, now is the perfect time. The key is to challenge yourself regularly. Learning doesn't stop after a certain age, and your brain remains capable of growth throughout your entire life. Another important aspect of mental sharpness is staying physically active. The connection between the mind and body is undeniable. Regular movement, even something as simple as daily walks, helps improve circulation to the brain, reducing the risk of cognitive decline. Activities that require coordination, like dancing or Tai Chi, offer even greater benefits by engaging both the body and the mind simultaneously. If you want to stay mentally strong, don't underestimate the power of physical movement. At the end of the day, your mind and body work together. The stronger you stay mentally, socially, and physically, the longer and healthier you'll live. It's never too late to start challenging your brain. Pick up a book that makes you think, have a conversation that stretches your perspective, engage with people who inspire you, and commit to lifelong learning. Your future self will thank you for it. You now know the truth. Exercise after 70 isn't about pushing harder, it's about training smarter. Focus on strength, balance, mobility, and recovery. Support it with proper nutrition and mental engagement. Now I have a challenge for you. Try standing on one leg for 10 seconds. Did you succeed? Tell me in the comments. If not, it's time to start training. If you found this valuable, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Let's keep moving, not just living longer, but living stronger. See you in the next video.